These are the 4 teams in the AFC that will exceed expectations in 2025. I picked one team from each AFC division to go over the win total lines that Sportsbooks have set for them for 2025. Let's start in the AFC North. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers will win at least 9 games this season. I don't know much, but I do know that Mike Tomlin has a knack for finishing at least 500 or better every season, which is something that Steelers fans have grown to become annoyed with over the last recent years. But in this case, Tomlin's consistency will really do us some good. Jokes aside, the Steelers can eclipse their win total line of 8.5 games by relying on their steel curtain of a defense. The Steelers had the 3rd highest defensive grade in 2024, which relied heavily on guys like TJ Watt, Cameron Hayward, and Alex Highsmith. And their defensive line is even more fortified by the addition of rookie Derek Harmon from Oregon to add to the front line. However, the Steelers defense won't be able to throw passes to DK Metcalf and Pat Freiermuth. That will be up to quarterback Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers has his work cut out for him to return the Steelers offense to form, but knowing the competitor that Aaron Rodgers is, I'm sure it's his top goal to light a ton of fireworks during his farewell tour in 2025. A tough defense, a Hall of Fame quarterback, and having Mike Tomlin on the sideline sounds like at least 9 wins to me. Next, let's move on to the AFC East. And I think the New York Jets will win at least 9 games this season. The Jets defense allowed the 20th most points in the 2024 campaign, but the defense, anchored by Sauce Gardner, Quinnen Williams, and Quincy Williams, should bounce back and be the identity of this team in 2025 under new head coach Aaron Glenn. And this offseason, the Jets actually signed a couple more defensive starters in free agency, including Andre Sisco, Jamian Sherwood, and Brandon Stevens. To complement their strong defense, the Jets offense will be built to ground and pound in the run game, which will be centered around quarterback Justin Fields, running back Breece Hall, running back Braylon Allen, and their improved offensive line. With their strong defense and being able to run the ball and control the clock on offense, the Jets should surely be able to win more than 6 games in 2025. However, quarterback Justin Fields will obviously be the wild card for this Jets team this season, but Fields has been in desperate need for a team to completely buy into him. And as of right now, he has all of Aaron Glenn's support heading into the season. Let's move to the AFC West. I think the Chargers will win at least 10 games in 2025. The Chargers allowed the fewest points in the 2024 season, and I don't think they'll take a step back, despite losing guys like Asante Samuel Jr., Pona Ford, and Joey Bosa. They were able to retain future Hall of Famer Khalil Mack, which is huge for them. And I'm very bullish on second-year defensive coordinator Jesse Minter. Minter was able to orchestrate a top 10 defense in his first year as defensive coordinator, so I'm going to believe that he can get most out of his guys until the opposite happens, if the opposite happens. However, the Chargers cornerback room could struggle this season with Dante Jackson and Benjamin St-Juste, who received PFF grades of 46.5 and 45.1 respectively last season. But still, I think Jesse Minter and his staff can get the most out of his cornerback room this season. Offensively, the Chargers aggressively addressed their areas of need by signing Mike Williams, Najee Harris, and Mekhi Becton in free agency, and by also drafting Omarion Hampton in the first round. However, Mike Williams retired a couple of weeks ago, and I don't think the Chargers have replenished the wide receiver room yet. But with a strong defense and a really strong running game, then this Chargers team should be able to surpass or at least get double-digit wins this season. Finally, the AFC South. I have the Houston Texans winning at least 10 games in 2025. Under DeMeco Ryans, the Texans defense has been consistently strong. In 2024, the defense ranked 6th in EPA per play, and they've only improved. This offseason, the Texans have added CJ Gardner-Johnson to pair him with Kamari Lassiter and All-Pro and Pro Bowler Derek Stingley Jr. to form a dangerous secondary. However, the Texans offense experienced woes last year, mostly due to their offensive line play. CJ Stroud was sacked 36 times last year, which was the 4th highest sack total in the NFL. Therefore, the Texans overhauled the offensive line by bringing in probable starters in tackle Cam Robinson and guard Laken Tomlinson. If the offensive line can play well, then this team can surely squeeze out 10 wins this season. So there you have it. 4 teams in the AFC who I think will outperform their expectations in 2025. Let me know in the comments which teams you think will go over their win total lines this season. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, then you should watch our video on the 4 NFC teams that I think will go over their win total lines in 2025. I'll catch you over in that video. Thank you so much for watching.